Hi there and welcome to Thursdays with Annette. So glad you're joining me today because the topic is just making me super fizzy. It's getting organised for Christmas, and if you know me, you know I love Christmas. It's my favourite time of the year. And when we think about last week, we had a cooking show and it was the burgers, the beef and bacon burgers, and everyone was really raving about them. I think a lot of you cooked them last week and found out how delicious they are. But we did have 3 fantastic winners who actually will get the book personally signed by me this week, or in the mail this week. Janelle Ridley was a winner, Catherine Kawana and BJ Walters all got their win, and it's the cookbook number 7. Now we have had the hugest week ever in Symply Too Good office. We had a new baby born. Yes, we released online. Can I have a drum roll, please, Mr. Sym? Yes, here's my new baby. There she is, cooking for 1 or 2 people. I released it this week, and if you're interested, you can go online and get it now, or you can go to your local newsagent on the 3rd of December, which is a Monday. So very excited. How fabulous is this? My new baby. Anyway, let's get on with the show because it's all about Christmas. I've got some great tips for you. So please make sure you've got pen and paper because you'll never remember them all if you don't write them down. Now, I love being organised. I am a list person. I think about things for weeks ahead. I'm already thinking about Christmas, and some of you might be going, oh my gosh, I haven't even thought about it. Well, I'm sorry, get organised. So we start with the first tip, and that's write your menu plan for the day. So I want you to think about not just what you're going to have at lunchtime, but maybe what's breakfast. Is it going to be just, a light breakfast or a cooked breakfast? Then you've got your lunch, you've got afternoon teas, or, possibly you might have some snacks and things that, with the Christmas treats on the day. And what are you going to have for dinner? So some people have their main big thing in the afternoon, some have it overnight. Whereas in my house, we have it as brunch. We just do this big brunch and we just love it. Isn't it funny how each family has their traditions? So I want you to make a menu up of the day so you're clear about what you're going to need to buy, what you're going to need to prepare, just so you're not going in a bit underprepared as it gets close to Christmas. Now, you have a choice. Often people will have a hot lunch on Christmas Day. In Australia, it's a little bit hard, I think, to have a hot lunch. Maybe when you're in England, it's probably better, but some people still love the hot lunch. Now, what I would suggest you do with that is you can cook your meat the day before. Now, Diane was horrified at this, and I said, oh no, Diane, the last thing I want when I'm doing a hot lunch is a hot kitchen. Yeah, because who's going to be in the kitchen? Sweaty girl. Yeah, no, I do everything the day before, and it works perfectly. All you do is you cook your roasts, slice them up, cling wrap them, put them in a container in the fridge, and on Christmas Day, just put them into the microwave. Don't overheat them on the microwave, just be sensitive with that because you don't want to fry the meat. But just once it's heated up, people will never know, and they will probably appreciate that you, the host or hostess, is looking fresh and fabulous on the day and not frazzled because you're in the kitchen for hours cooking. So the other thing that I do with a hot lunch is I also prep up the baked veggies the day before, like the pumpkin, the potato, the onion, sweet potato, all those different things. I put them into a big bowl and put them in the fridge with water and leave them until I'm ready, and then I just drain them, dry them off, and they go in the oven when we're ready. The other thing that I do, yes, I know I am getting super organised for you right now, is I make up the gravy and the white sauce ahead the day before. So on the day, you just put it into the saucepan. You might need to add a little bit more liquid to the gravy or the white sauce because it gets a bit thick overnight, but who cares? It's done. So you can see how fantastic and easy that would be for you if you're doing a hot one. Now, if you're doing a cold lunch, which is what a lot of people favour here, that's once again, cook all the meat the day before. You could even get there and slice all your ham up, anything like that that you can prepare ahead, and that way you will be able to be less worried on the day, slice it all. But with the ham, can you make sure you slice the fat off and make sure it's nice and lean, because we want that as well. Seafood is another thing that's very popular at Christmas. So if you really want to be a fantastic host and you don't want them to have to peel their prawns, you could maybe peel them the day before. and just make sure they're in a good sealed container and so they keep fresh for the day before. Or if you're doing a baked fish, for example, I do think that is best cooked on the day, but you could prepare it and make sure you've got everything you need for that. Now, what I would also suggest you do, talking about, the turkeys and everything, you need to order them now. Don't wait too close. If you, especially if you use a particular butcher, so order your turkey, your ham, and your seafood now, and that way there's no disappointments and you're not running around the day before Christmas trying to find where you can get some prawns that aren't $500 a kilo. The other thing, I love this word. Let's say it together. It starts with D. It's delegate. That's right, delegate. This is where you can share the love with those that are coming. Why should you be the slave all day? Yeah, no, not going to happen. You need to enjoy Christmas as well. So what I suggest you do is do it with love and kindness and say, hey, what do you really like to make? You could bring that on Christmas Day and that would be fantastic. So, someone might say, well, I love making a trifle. Done. Bring your trifle. If they're saying, I want some salads, and they go, I'll bring a salad, don't just go, great, go, fantastic. What type of salad are you going to make? Otherwise, you might land up with, 5 potato salads, and that's not going to work either. So, look, there's nothing to saying to somebody, what would you like to bring? Really, let's say that together. What would you like to bring? See, that's not that hard. I mean, hey, they're going to be coming and having a feast and everything and relaxing a lot. They can bring something. Absolutely. It's no big deal. Now, if you're thinking about, oh my gosh, I need some ideas for Christmas. What am I going to do? I'm trying to be healthy. Well, I'm going to save the day for you because, I have got this fantastic cookbook number 2, which has a Christmas section in it. I know. I think of everything, don't I? So there's the Christmas section. This is in the new updated book. You'll see it's a little bit different, the photos and that. Now, the Christmas pudding, you could be making your Christmas pudding now. Yes, you can, because you could just make it on a day when you think, well, I'm at home today, because it takes about 3.5 hours to boil the pudding. It's not hard to make. You just got to be around. And that way you can have it sealed up well in the fridge, and it will be perfect now till Christmas. And then when you want it, just microwave it and it's fantastic. I mean, you've got mince pies in here. I've got 2 Christmas cakes. Now, if you want to make my Christmas cakes, you can do them now as well. And I've got one that's got the mashed pumpkin in it, which is a little bit more of a traditional fruit Christmas cake. Or I've got the one that adds the crushed pineapple, that's my favourite. I love it because I'm a Queenslander. Anyway, they can be made now too, but you would have to freeze them, because they will not stay. Because of the pumpkin and the pineapple in it and the humidity, it may go a bit mouldy if you made it now. So in the freezer, and then Christmas morning, just bring it out and it'll defrost in a very short amount of time. I mean, the Yuletide muffins are another one that I love as a breakfast. If you're just looking for something light and easy for breakfast, and if you're looking for people that don't like Christmas pudding, which a lot of people don't, believe it or not, the Christmas strudel, that's a fun idea as well. So that's in book 2, Christmas section. Now, the other thing that is really a great idea to do while you've got time, before you get too frazzled as it gets closer to Christmas, is make a shopping list of all the things you need to buy. Now, by making a shopping list, I would put the perishables and non-perishables in different lists. Because what you can do with the non-perishables is you can start looking for the bargains, the things that are on sale. So you can maybe save a few dollars by buying them ahead. Now, that brings me to another thing about overbuying. We just do too much for Christmas. We buy all these things and people just can't eat it all. It's like, for example, you buy a kilo bag of cashews and the biggest bag of licorice all sorts, or toffees and things like that. They're not going to get eaten on the day. There's too much. But what happens is that they're left over. And then who's going to eat all those great things over the next week after Christmas? Yes, that's right, you. And the thing is, on Christmas Day, you can only eat so much, otherwise you're going to explode. It's really after what you do afterwards, after Christmas, if you have all these leftovers, that actually you do more damage. So my tip there is to be very generous to your guests as they leave. Give them some stuff to take home, and that way you're not having to face it for days afterwards with temptation. So buy small bags. I've really learnt that. Like I buy a small bag of scorched almonds and a small bag of licorice, all sorts. And you know what? When they're gone, they're gone. There's going to be something else that they can choose if they want. And really, it's hot, things melt. You don't need it out all day, all these things. And I really believe that that's the best way to go. You know, the other thing that I really like about Christmas is making gifts. Homemade stuff is just so lovely when someone says, I made this for you. So, you know, I've got like little round, small cake tins, and often I make little Christmas puddings, and I put a little bit of the fake holly in it with some little cherries, and you know, that sort of, what do you call that, the stuff that goes around the edge, this tinsel foil paper that's got the fringing on it. Yeah, the red, it just makes it look really great. And then I wrap them in cellophane. Now you can make small Christmas cakes for people, especially for the ones that are living on their own or just there's two of them at home. And I'm sure that they will love that. So, you know, you've got 2 Christmas cakes you can make that are super easy for gifts. The other thing that I really like is making gingerbread. And if you're a fan of the show, you would have known last year we made the gingerbread Christmas decorations, you know, and they were fantastic. Like we cut them into Christmas trees and snowmen and all that, and reindeers, and look, they were great, and we just decorated them. And you can do that with your kids. You could make these and get them to decorate it. I mean, they might make a mess with the icing, but who cares? It'll be fabulous. Now, the recipe that I used for those gingerbreads was the Ginger Kisses in book 6. And that's a really lovely one as well. And I always make as gifts the almond apricot bread in book 3 and the macadamia cranberry in book 7, because people love those type of breads and they can keep in a tin for weeks. So you could be making them soon as well. But people love that sort of stuff because they're quite expensive to buy. And so for you making it for them, they'll just think they're a bit special. The other one is if you have people that have gluten-free problems, which is the macadamia is a gluten-free one, and so are my gluten-free shortbread. They're really lovely as well. People love shortbread as a gift. The other thing that I would add to the gift list is my fruit balls. Now, how you make them into kind of rum balls is you just use the fruit mix, and you'll see there's a variation there for adding nuts. So, you know, this is in book 7 in the gluten-free section. So make the fruit balls with nuts, then add a little bit of rum, just to how you like it. You know, maybe put a tablespoon at a time in just to make sure you're getting it, not overkilling it with the rum. And they are fantastic, and they can be made up ahead as well. Now, as you know, I have got my new book, and in here, this could help you a lot when you're thinking about people that, you know, little gifts. And I've, you know, as you know, like this is cooking for 1 or 2 people, and it has lots of the recipes that are in books 1 to 7, because why wouldn't you want to know how to make my raspberry cheesecake? Oh, I've just turned to that page. The raspberry cheesecake, instead of serving 12, you make 2. That's it. Now, when you look in here, I've done the Christmas pudding. Here's the mini Christmas pudding, and it serves 4. Because, I mean, most of them are 2. Sometimes they're 3, but for a pudding, I think, yeah, let's make 4, because even if it's 2 of you, you're going to have 2 serves, you know, for a couple of days. And look, there's my little wine trifle if you want to make a trifle for 2. How awesome is that? But the other thing that you could make that I think is going to be on my list to do this year is the mini Christmas cakes. So you can make them little like a muffin, but they're little Christmas cakes, and you could give them to people as well. So, you know what? Make it with love, and it also is a lot cheaper. So I hope that will help you if you're thinking, oh, look, especially for older people, they don't really want anything. Give them the beautiful, healthy food. Now, if you're thinking about drinks for Christmas Day, I'd really like you to have a non-alcoholic option for everybody, and that's my Annie's Fruit Punch in book 5. We make it every year for Christmas. It's fantastic. We make it for every social gathering. People love it, and people will really appreciate you having something fresh and fabulous for them, but that it's not alcoholic. Now, before I finish up, I want to give you some recipe suggestions. I wrote a few recipe suggestions because I think, you know, you might have, you've got the books 1 to 7, you might need to know some ideas. Now, one of them that I think is fantastic is the chicken with walnut cranberry stuffing. It's in book 7 and I would say use turkey breast instead. So that's a fabulous one, a turkey stuffed breast, and you get this beautiful gravy with it as well. How perfect for the roast. The other one, there's a couple of potato bakes in the books that I think you'd really find useful. Loads of amazing salads that I think you'd find. My go-tos for Christmas are the Asian salad book 3, El Dorado salad book 7, Sim Slaw book 2, never get sick of that one, and the bacon egg potato salad in book 6. That's a really popular one with my guests. They really like that. If you're looking for ideas for nibblies, go to book 4. It's got the party food section. They've got some awesome dips in there. But I do love the Mexican dip for Christmas because you'll see on the top, it's got the tomato, the green capsicum and the white yogurt, and it has the colours of Christmas. So I always think that's a little bit fun. Festive ice cream pudding. Yes, if you want something that suits our climate, have an ice cream Christmas pudding instead of a hot one. How fantastic. That's in book 1. And don't forget the Christmas section in book 2. Got loads of desserts that would be fabulous for Christmas for those that want something different from a Christmas pudding. Like, for example, trifles. I love trifle, and get excited because next week I'm going to be in the kitchen and I'm going to be making for you my Italian trifle out of book 7. It is phenomenal. It's so easy to make, and look, it'll be a perfect thing if you've got, if you've been asked as a guest to bring something for Christmas. Trifle, you could make it the day before. Fabulous. I mean, and pavlova and things like that. I've got all those recipes there. So the other thing that I think is fun as well, if you want something that's a little bit different, is in book 7, I've actually got a Christmas pizza. Oh no, shut up. A Christmas pizza. How fabulous is that? I mean, who knew weight loss could be so deliciously healthy? It's crazy, isn't it? Now, we've only got 2 more shows till we finish the end of the year. Oh, sad face. So next week I'm in the kitchen, and the last week I'll be cooking as well, but I'll be giving lots of finishing up tips for Christmas so you can survive it all well. Now, don't forget this, my new baby. Hello, my darling. She's beautiful. She's out now. Is it a she? I don't know. The book is out now on my website. Go and order it, or go to your newsagent. Now, I reckon they're going to sell out in the newsagent. So be careful. Maybe you're best to go and pre-order. Monday the 3rd of December it'll be out. And this week, of course, I've decided that you have to have book 2. I mean, after talking about all those great Christmas recipes, I know you want it. So if you would like to win a personally signed copy, I mean, whether you want it or it's going to be a great Christmas gift for somebody, this is the one that we'll be giving away this week for 3 lucky winners. All you've got to do is like, share, and in the comments, you know what you've got to do. You've got to write the hashtag Symply with the number 2 good with the Y, Symply 2 good. You write that in the comment, and I will pick 3 fabulous people next week. I'm excited. It's Christmas time soon. I mean, where did this year go? It's crazy. Anyway, let's get healthy for Christmas. Let's get fabulous doing it this way. And I hope you're going to feel a little bit more organised getting ready for Christmas. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the kitchen next week. Remember, Italian trifle. Yay! Bye now.